Exactly 20 years had passed since the formation of the two species. The war had begun, and Victor protected himself with legions of vampires from the first werewolves, an evil and contagious race that would never take human form again until he was born. Lucian and Victor wanted to kill the child with all their being, but they didn't. Lucian was always going to be the first of his kind. He had a strength and focus that his predecessors didn't, the first of the Lycans. Victor took advantage of the thirst of Lucian, who had to feed on humans, and used his infectious blood to his advantage to create a new army of immortals. Lycans, werewolves, but also humans, unlike the others. This new species could be controlled and made to protect their masters by day or so, Victor thought. Many years pass, and Victor's daughter Sonia is attacked by werewolves on a trip to the forest and quickly escapes to the castle. The guards at the castle try to shoot the werewolves but miss. At that moment, Lucian takes the arbalete with him and goes up to the castle walls and shoots two werewolves with great skill, and the other werewolf kills Sonia before she can catch him, saving Sonia's life. In return, Sonia says that a slave should not play with weapons, and Victor, who is there, warns his daughter to be kinder to someone who saved her life. And Victor asks Lucian if he regrets killing his own kind, and Lucian says that they are animals and should never be equated with him, and Victor wants the werewolf to be burned and leaves. Meanwhile, the nobles tell Victor that William's men have been to the walls 6 times in 3 weeks, and that if they enter the castle, it will be disastrous. The nobles suggest that the Lycans patrol the forest during the day with Lucian in charge, but Victor strongly objects, saying that no matter what, they are of wolf lineage and cannot be trusted outside. The consul asks Princess Sonia to evaluate this decision, but she is not there, and Victor tells Andreas to find her. Meanwhile, as the other Lycans finish their work and return to their places, Lucian climbs through a secret underpass to the top of the castle where he meets Sonia. Lucian and Sonia are in love with each other. Lucian says that he cannot continue his life as a slave like this, and that he has made a key that will remove the collar around his neck. Lucian says that he will escape from here and that Sonia will come with him. Sonia says that it is too dangerous and that his father will kill them both if they try this, and refuses. As the two leave, Andreas notices them but remains silent, watches from a distance and walks away. As night falls, people arrive to pay the annual tribute to Victor, and the arrival of the first caravan is signaled by shooting a flaming arrow into the air. Sonia gets the news and goes to get her sharpened sword from Lucian. Lucian tells her not to go, but Sonia doesn't listen to him. When Sonia gets to the door, Andreas doesn't let her go on Victor's orders, but Sonia doesn't listen to her father and goes to the forest with the death dealers. Andreas tells Lucian that he knows their little secret after Sonia leaves. Lucian tells the castle commander to send men to Sonia immediately because there are too many werewolves and they will all die. When the commander doesn't listen to Lucian, Lucian steals the commander's horse and quickly goes to help Sonia. Sonia is ambushed by werewolves who are hunting slaves, nobles, and soldiers in the caravan one by one and slaughtering everyone. Sonia cannot cope with the werewolves, who are too many in number, and Lucian comes to her aid.
He did it to save me.
Victor tells Lucian that it is unforgivable that he disobeyed his orders, that it shook him deeply, that he must not remove the collar from his neck for any purpose whatsoever, and that the punishment for what he did is 30 strokes on his back with a whip with silver blades and imprisonment. Sonia goes to her father and tells him that she saved Lucian's life and that he has served his sentence and should be released, but Victor says that he cannot tolerate her disobedience and that the punishment will continue. Lucian tells the newly arrived slave race that he fought the werewolves well, even though he is human, and Sonia comes to Lucian and says that it is all his fault. Lucian warns Sonia that they know about Andreas's affairs and that he is up to something that he did not tell Victor, and Sonia leaves. Meanwhile, nobles and rich people from other kingdoms brought crates of silver coins to Victor, who told Janos that he had the largest silver mine in the land and demanded half of the money from the mine in exchange for protection. Janos objected vehemently, refusing to pay taxes to Victor when he could not even protect his own house. Enraged, Victor threw Janos against the wall and killed him. Victor asks Sonia that Lucian must disappear, and he wants to know his daughter's opinion about it. Sonia coldly suggests other Lycans to her father and does not show her sadness to her father. Sonia asks Andreas what he wants in exchange for keeping her relationship with Lucian a secret. Andreas tells Sonia that he will keep the secret forever if she gives him her seat in Parliament. Sonia agrees to the deal in exchange for freeing Lucian. Andreas goes to Lucian and gives him the key to unlock the collar around his neck. Lucian tells the other slaves that he will escape from here tomorrow morning and that anyone who wants to be free should come with him. Seeing that Lucian is not in jail, the guard enters, but Lucian kills him there, and the escape begins. After successfully escaping, Lucian says he will come back to rescue his friends and the woman he loves, Sonia. After rescuing slaves and captives from other villages, Lucian promises them their freedom in exchange for becoming immortal and starts building his own army to attack the castle. Meanwhile, Victor enters his daughter Sonia's room and asks her if she helped Lucian escape. Sonia denies it. Not believing her, Victor drinks his daughter's blood and looks at her memories and sees her relationship with Lucian. Victor gets very angry and locks his daughter in her room until further notice. Sonia's friend Luca goes to Lucian and tells him that Victor has found out about his relationship with Sonia and that he will kill him. In the evening, Lucian prepares to rescue Sonia, but his friend Reyes tells him that it is a trap and that he should not go alone. Lucian says that if he cannot go back, Reyes will become the new leader of the Lycans and leaves. Lucian sneaks into the castle and kills 2 guards waiting in front of Sonia's room and then kicks Sonia out of the room. The duo escapes through the underground tunnels and falls into Victor's trap. Victor throws a barrel of gunpowder into the tunnels and sets them on fire. Lucian and Sonia have nowhere else to run.
You raise your hand to me! Killing me. Remove him!
Sonia appears before the council and they decide that her punishment is death for betraying her own species, falling in love with a Lycan, and getting pregnant by a Lucian and causing the species to mix. They then tie Sonia to a pole and Lucian is bound by chains by her hands. Lucian tells Sonia to take care of him and that he will love her forever and always carry her in his heart. At that moment, the hatches above open and Sonia is exposed to the sun's rays and burns to death. In the evening, Victor enters the room and looks at the burnt body of his daughter and takes the medallion from her neck. At that moment, Lucian starts to transform under the influence of the full moon and attacks Victor in the form of a wolf, takes the medallion in his hand and runs away. Hundreds of Lycans and werewolves hear Lucane's cries and rush to his aid. Although the guards on the walls shoot the incoming werewolves with guns, this is not enough. Their numbers are too many. They finally manage to enter the castle by climbing the walls and a bloody battle begins. Lucian goes after Victor and says he loves Sonia. Victor says he defiled his daughter and caused her death. Lucian ties Victor in chains and kills him with a sword through his throat and throws him into the water channel. Lucian comes out to the cheers of the others and says the war has just begun. Meanwhile, Victor is not dead. He managed to escape on a ship. Victor enters the coffin before sunrise and waits for the day when he will take his revenge. Thank you for watching my video. You can support us by subscribing to the channel and liking the video. If there is a movie you want me to summarize, you can specify in the comments. Goodbye to see you in the next video.